Hello and welcome to another Delboy video, and I'm going to be continuing something that I started a couple of weeks ago really, which is a past love of mine of trading cards, of which they were non-sports but were more based around comic books. I was mainly a Marvel collector, but I did collect other trading cards, and they went as far back as the early DC Batmans and Supermans. But I also went into the modern era with Lady Death, Evil Ernie, Max. If anybody knows what Max was, it was a monster. But mostly it was Marvel. And there was a time when I was collecting comics, that I was buying boxes of these trading cards, getting myself possibly 2, maybe 3 base sets out of them, getting as many as the chase cards as possible, and selling the base cards to fund the next set of hobby boxes that I bought. But when you buy a house and you move away, and mortgages and everything else comes into play, something had to go. There was also less sort of like return from these. The chase cards became so distant that the buying of the boxes just didn't make sense from a certain perspective. The rewards weren't so good. And when I sold my house in Manchester and moved back, I did look just to see whether I could capture what I used to love about my trading cards and see whether I liked it again. And oh my god, the trading card industry changed, where I used to get 36 packs in a box and have nearly 10 cards in each pack. Things had diminished to the point of somewhere around about 18 packs, maybe 6 cards. And yet the price of a box was now £50 or $60 more than they were the previous time that I was buying them. So the situation was worse. I got my last base set around about 2007, stopped, and it was only recently, after I had my heart attack and my mother's health has decreased, that I wanted to do some quick videos, that I thought to myself, I haven't bought trading cards in a long time, but it was a major part of my 90s collecting. So let's see what's out there. And I hit it probably at a wrong time. Some of the companies like Upper Deck, Fleer, Tops, they're not continuing their licenses with DC and Marvel, possibly because of the decline in sales. And to be quite honest, I can only put the blame on them, really, in regards to the low return rate of some of these cards. Plus, in the old days, the artwork used to be unique for these trading cards. Now, they pull them from any image. They can get them from the comics. You can get them from those sort of like playing card games, you know, the artwork that's commissioned for those. And from that point of view, you're not getting your favourite artist drawing your favourite hero anymore. You're getting an image that's subpar, or sometimes a really good one, but they're so inconsistent. So anyway, where are we today? We're doing a set called the 2024 Upper Deck Marvel Beginnings Volume 2 Series 2 trading cards. And these were bought because they were cheap. Very, very cheap. It was like, I think it was about £12 or $14 a box. And in these boxes, you got 5 cards and 9 packs. So that's 5 times 9. That's how many cards you get in a box. And I bought 3 boxes of them. So 12, 24, 36 pounds. And I doubt that I will get a base set out of them, but I hope that I will get a kick out of opening them on video, and you can sort of like see how I used to do these things. If not, go and have a look at another couple of videos that I've done already. So these are incredibly cheap. These are cheaper than even when I was buying them back in the 90s. I think it's last of stock, and that's about the best as I can probably cover it. I'll go to media playback and you'll see that there are databases for these things. And you will see here that this is a 2024 Upper Deck Marvel Beginning set. There are 180 cards. So you can imagine I'm not even going to get a base set. They were released in July 24, 2024. And nobody's rated them. Here is a checklist of them. So here's the first 100. Some people have put the images in. And then there should be 80 in this set here. There we go. So it goes to 180. And there are inserts. What we mean by inserts are chase cards. So we've got breakthrough issue signatures, comic clippings with signatures, cosmic annihilation, first appearance variants, flipped FX black, flipped FX blue, flipped FX gold. See what I mean? This is a bit ridiculous in regards to how many chase cards there are to a set. I mean, you've got not only 180 cards to get in the set, but you've got all of these. Underneath it, you'll see some text. Look, flipped FX is 1 per 5 packs, or 1 per 27 packs if you buy a blaster set. Now, what I'm going to show you now is not a hobby box, it's a blaster set. So I am not expected to get one of these flipped FX cards only in 1 in 27 packs. I have got 9 packs, 9, 18, 27. I've got the chance of getting 1. See what I mean? And then you got here, look, 1 every 15, 1 every 800, 1 every 80 if it's in a hobby box, 1 every 2,400 of glitz and glam, or 1 every 240 in a hobby box. That's ridiculous. Glitz and glam. This is where you have to buy a case. You have to buy a case of them. 1,200, 1 per 1,200 packs. Holograms. I am not expected to get a hologram. If I get a hologram, that card is worth money. This is where we're talking about going on eBay, getting money. 1 per 1,200 blaster pack boxes. 1 every 120 packs out of a hobby box. I think there were 18 packs in a hobby box. Like I say, diminished returns. Okay, so that's what I wanted to sort of like portray across to you. If we go to my overhead cam, you'll see what a blaster box looks like. So this is a blaster box. Upper Deck, Volume 2, Series 2, trading cards, Marvel Beginnings. And if you look, it's 9 cards per pack, 9 packs per box. That's sort of semi what they look like. Nice box. It tells you all of the ratios on the side, so you're not being diddled. Don't get me wrong. And this is what they call Volume 2, Series 2. This means it was the second half of the year. There was a Volume 2, Series 1. There would have been 180 cards in that and as many chase cards in the others. So there would have been 180 in that set and 180 here. So you got a really, really good set if you got the base set of Series 2, Volume 2, Series 2 and Series 1. but it would cost quite an awful lot of money. So we're just going to do an unopening, going through the packs, having a look at some of the cards. And like I say, I used to love doing this. I used to get boxes and boxes of these things. And I would just basically sit at night, opening the packs, putting them into piles, and then sorting those piles, and then working out what cards I'm missing, and working out whether I needed more. So there we are. I've just taken the outer film off. I think it opens up from the side. Yes, it does. And you can see the packs in there. Look, see how cheap they are, really. There's space in the other side, look, to have the exact same amount. So here we are, packs. And we should have 9 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do. And just want to add that these are what they call Marvel Beginnings. These are going to be cards in the second series. So there are going to be characters that you never even heard of. These are going to be unknown characters virtually. There's going to be no Spider-Mans. There's going to be no Captain Americas. Those were going to be in the first set, which is probably why, again, Volume 2, Series 2 never sold. Most people want that Wolverine card, that Captain America card. Do you see what I mean? So again, a very easy buy for me because it was cheap. So we're going to take these out. Just like I do before, I tap down, cut the tops off, and take the cards out. And here we go with the cards. So we've got Vengeance. Nice, normal looking card. Put that there. We've got Misty Knight. Misty Knight's been shown, I think, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or should I say a TV series. She's definitely been shown. Awesome Android, which has got a hollow foil type effect. So that is a special. Looking at the back, it says it's an FFX card. We didn't really look at the back of the others. Let's have a quick look. They seem to have, when they first appeared to when their last good story was, if you have a look there, it's got a timeline and a number at the back, look, showing you that that's number 18. So here we got Dr. Voodoo, normal standard card. I must say the artwork on that is nice. Very basic cards though, white, just glossy. Again, this is 1973. The last good story was, well, the last main story was 2014 for Dr. Voodoo. And we've got Triathlon. Here we are. Another standard card. Number 152. It says there base. You have a look. Base. But a nice card. So we came away with 4 standard cards and a special, which is just how many you're supposed to get. 5 cards. So we'll open the next one, tap it down, take the top off. Pull the cards out. And see what we got here. So we've got Aries. So that'll be one of the early ones on the back. It'll say, oh, it's number 85. So they're not even in alphabetical order. Alpha. Looks like X-Men type card. Base card, 79. I know that character's been in Spider-Man, well, at least once. We've got a red hollow foil, which really is nice. This is where I'm saying that you can still get some joy out of getting some of these cards. Look at that. It's like fireworks going on behind. That's a red supernova card called Karma. Let's hope we've got some good karma coming. Got Corsair. Sort of a standard looking card, that one, number 108. With a timeline again. And we've got Firelord. Now, Firelord has had a great story with Spider-Man. Spider-Man kicked the crap out of Firelord in the late 80s, early 90s. That was a great story. Number 161. A Herald of Galactus. That one. Base card. But a nice looking one, that one. Very happy with that one. So we've got a sort of like a really nice sort of red supernova card. I'm very happy with that. Open this up. See what we've got. And we've got Boomerang. Been in the Spider-Man comics of recent, in the last couple of years. Is expected to be in the new Spider-Man movie in the next year and a half, I believe. Boomerang's going to be one of the villains. Number 31, a base card. Not bad art. Not fantastic either. We've got Dagger of Cloak and Dagger fame. Another Spider-Man villain sort of like character. Sort of an anti-villain really. Kingpin took 2 drug addicts off of the street. Induced them with radiation, and they basically developed superpowers. That's Cloak and Dagger. She fires rays of light from herself. A base card, number 44. Oh, and we've got Gods of Marvel set. This is a chase. 4. See, the back is even totally different. GM1. So it's Gods of Marvel's number 1 of the set. There. Put that there in our chases. We have got Nightmare. Nice looking card. Timeline there. First seen in 1963 in Doctor Strange. That's right. I remember that. So Steve Ditko would have drawn that one. And we've got Richter. Now, I haven't heard of that one. Richter. 1987 X Factor. So it's part of the X-Men line. A lot of people will be going, you don't know Richter? I'm going, I didn't read everything. X-Men was less so for me. I was a big Spider-Man, Daredevil, Captain America, Fantastic Four. X-Men I found in the 80s to be quite honest, a little bit hard to get into. They didn't give you many opportunities for you to sort of like drop in. But I loved the characters, don't get me wrong. And later on I started to buy them. And I started to love the stories. But it's a bewildering amount of information for you to take in, I can tell you that now. So we've opened up another pack now, and we've got Alex Wilder. Bit of a basic, boring looking card. Look at that, a bloke sitting down on a chair. First seen in 2003. Last major story, 2021. A base card. Like I say, you could turn around and say that's a bit disappointing, that one. We have got Reptile. There we go. Another boring, I think, looking card. Number 24. It's just, there's nothing really special to them. Now we have got a special. It seems like after I get past 2 cards, there is a special card. I have got here Archangel, which I remember rightly is the Angel mutated from X-Men. This one is Micro Motion. Don't know if you can see. It's probably hard for the camera, but there is a motion to the wings. There is a gleam. It's a hollow type foil. So we've got a special again. This one is Siren. I think that's how you pronounce it. S-I-R-Y-N. Siren. Standard base card, 167 of 180. Gilgamesh. I think that's how you pronounce that one as well. Some of the names get a bit difficult even for me. Gilgamesh. 121, a standard base card again. We're keeping in line a little bit here with 4 standard cards, 1 special card per pack. So we're not doing fantastic and we're not doing terrible. Haven't seen any duplicates yet, but that's going to change for definite. It has to. Laws of averages. So now we've got Crescent. Don't like that card at all. I don't even like the dynamics of the card. It's just like somebody sort of leaping. Doesn't say what book they came out of. I think it's a Guardians of the Galaxy book, but I'm probably wrong with that. It says a child prodigy fought. No, doesn't really say. Can't really carry on. I mean, I could be here forever if I was to try to read them all. You've got Sabra. Okay, looking card. Looks nice on the white. Number 88. Came out in the 80s. We have got another Supernova card. That's those lovely red ones. Dr. Voodoo. Oh, yeah. I do like those. I could do with more of them. I like them. More of those, please. We've got Janice Vell. This is definitely from the Kree and Krull days. This is where Captain Marvel comes from. Janice Vell. That's definitely a Nova Corps type character. First seen in 1993. Nice looking card, that one. I do like that. And you got Dr. Druid. Now, this is an oldish character, Dr. Druid. Seen him cross over into many different stories. Mostly from Doctor Strange. Yeah, the ancient one. That's Doctor Strange. Yeah, number 98. Standard card, but nice. Moving forward. Always tap them down so I don't cut the tops of the cards. And we get to... Now, here's a major player from Secret Wars. Molecule Man. Molecule Man was one of those laughing, jokey type characters in the Marvel Universe until you realised if he can alter molecules, he can alter the whole of the universe. He then turned out to be one of the biggest characters that Marvel have got, one of the most powerful. That's a base card, number 35. First big story from, story not to laugh at is Secret Wars, I think, for Molecule Man. Another minor character from Spider-Man, which is White Rabbit. Just a character from a gang wars type story. Was part of a gang. First seen in 1983. This is Marvel's experimental era, 1983. Okay-ish looking card. We have got a Cosmic Annihilation card. A bit like those gods. So Thanos, I think we all know who Thanos is. Cosmic Annihilation, which means that that's where that Genesis comes from. You saw earlier, this is number 18, CA, so Cosmic Annihilation 18. Nice looking back, nice looking front. Definitely a step above the standard cards. You've got Sasquatch, but Sasquatch shown in his human form. Don't see that very often. No, Sasquatch is normally that big beary type head that you see at the bottom. So that's number 176, base card. And you've got Beak. I'm sorry, but I don't recognise Beak. First shown in 2001, so could be the Ultimate line for all I know, but Beak. Exile. Oh, it's from the Exiles. Okay, yep. So that is that was a newish type of set of comics back in the day. There we go. How many we got left? Look, we got 3 in this box. So open this up. Like I say, so far we're in line with expectations. Who we got now? Power Man. Definitely an oldish character if it's the original Power Man. No, it's not. It's a new Power Man, so I won't know too much about that one. Basic card. Marrow. I think. Yeah, from X-Men. Recognise that. Marrow. Nice looking card. Just nondescript. It's not done by any famous artist that I recognise there. But nothing wrong with it. We have got another red supernova. I do like these red supernovas. We've got Vulcan. Look at that. Trying to get the light to bounce. The sun's just gone in, so it's a bit harder. Gonna do it from there. Can't get it. There we are. You can see some of the light bending there. Vulcan, nice, appreciated. Mass Master. As I said, characters that you're probably never going to be heard of, and I don't recognise too many of them either. A character from 1984, again, Marvel Experimental Age, probably from the Fantastic Four, that one. Banshee, definitely X-Men. Well known, that one, Banshee. 1967, I was right. Definitely an old established character, that one. X-Men. Base card. 2 to go. Put the packs away. And here we go. We've got Nuke. That's a nice, effective card, that one. I do like that explosion, the light and the dark there. Number 45, first seen in 86. Daredevil character. Thought I recognised it. Definitely a sort of like underground war type character. Valerie Cooper. See, rather nondescript card. It's just a person with 2 guards standing behind them. I mean, it's hardly empowering, is it? 1983. Mystique is part of it. X Factor. It's an X character. X Factor. X-Men. Valerie Cooper, base card. We've got a Beginnings Heavyweights now. So another set of lines of cards, which I'm only going to have 1 or 2 of. Heavyweights. Colossus. That's X-Men. Well-established card. HW6. So heavyweight card number 6. Nice looking card. We've had this one. We've got a duplicate. First one, Richter. Talked about that one earlier. Our first duplicate. And Siren. Did I mention that one before? It does sound familiar, so it might have our second duplicate. 167. Not quite sure on that one. But we are towards the end of the box. Duplicates are expected. So we get to the end of this box. Put the packet away. And we'll show off these. So this is Henry Gritch. I'm not happy with some of the poses on these, I will say. Not totally disappointed with these cards so far. They are what they are. They are cheap. That is what they are. Crossfire. It's not too bad looking card. Like that character. 1979. Much more established. Bronze Age character. We have got Adam Warlock. But it's just a red border. Don't know quite what subset this one's from. It's a red base. So the same base card but with a red border. Very disappointed with that. That's just basically means that you've got to get 2 base sets at 180 cards per base. That's a rip-off. I'd never go for those. Vision. Sort of a boring pose again. 140. Standard card. And we've got a well-established card. Hawkeye. Hawkeye from the Avengers. I think everybody knows that one. Number 104. Avengers. And that concludes that box. There we are. Just to go back over that, these were the specials that we got. We got Adam Warlock, Colossus, Vulcan. See more of the effect on that now. Cosmic Annihilation, Thanos. Dr. Voodoo, which I thought was nice. Look at that background on that. A major motion card, Archangel. Motion being from the hollow foil effect. Gods of Marvel 4. Always good to get a major character like Thor in a box set that's going to have very few of them. Karma, our first red, what was it called? Red Supernova card that we pulled out. And Flipped FX. This one was called Beginnings Awesome Android. So there we go. That's our first box. We've got 2 more boxes to go. So I'm just going to check what that was there and just pause the video for a moment, and we'll be straight back and we'll open another box. Won't be a moment. So we're going to go with our second box now. Here we are. Second box, still sealed. As I said, these were very, very cheap. £12. 11 to £12. And so far, they're just about worth that. I wouldn't have bought them at any higher a price. They are quite lackluster, I believe, but there are some of those special cards that I'm quite happy with. Here we are, look, opened it up. Let's count the packs again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tap them. And we'll start opening the packs. Probably go a little bit faster now. I don't recognise all the characters anyway. Just pull these out. Packs are quite tight. Ah, and I recognise this character. It's I think it looks like a base card. Modam. Sort of like a head on a robot. Seen that. Number 7. Early card. Corruptor. Again, just a standard pose. Fantastic. Number 80. We've got Nightmare, which we've seen before, but this one is silver backed. That's one of those FFX cards. We had an FXX card as a first card out of the last box, believe it or not. Nightmare from Doctor Strange. Cameron Hodge. Not too bad, but it's just a standard standing pose. Number 165. The white cards are what I quite like. I like the fresh white look. It's like having white paint. This one's damaged. Thunderball. Always look out for that. Look, in that corner, a ding. That would lower price of the card. 119. People would be looking for a duplicate of that one. Damaged corners. Not wanted by collectors. They do grade these cards. Open our second pack. So again, we're still keeping with the one special card in each pack. Mr. Fear. I think that's from Daredevil. First saw that. Nice, sort of like menacing looking card. I quite like the look of that one. Korvac. I think that is from Avengers. No, it's Doctor Strange. Oh, I got that wrong. Korvac. Nice sort of like looking card. You can sort of like tell that with a hollow foil on the background would look really nice. Oh, then we've got that Crescent card. Look, didn't like the look of it, but it's got a hollow foil back. Disappointed that I got that one. I'd rather, that's that Supernova, red Supernova. Rick Jones. Rick Jones has been everywhere in Marvel Comics. Really started out in the Hulk. Went on to Captain Marvel and a lot of others. He even had a group of teenagers in the Hulk days. Number 100. And we've got Nova, a well-established character from the Nova Corps. Expected to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe very, very soon. Number 132 has been in Spider-Man as well. One of the first crossovers in Spider-Man, actually. It was a whodunit from his own comic and in a Amazing Spider-Man issue in the 170s. Issue 107, you know, in the 170s, 180s, around there. So that would have been late 70s, early 80s. Right, who we got here now? Snowbird. Not very dynamic, is it? But nice looking. Number 49. Blonde Phantom. Looks very 60s, that. Really looks 60s. Number 64. A special. Groot. Well, we know about Groot, don't we? From Guardians of the Galaxy. That is, I think, one of those like Archangel cards, a motion card. It is. It's a micro motion. Groot. That one would probably be quite a nice-ish card from people who really are into Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got Gargoyle. Showed up quite a lot of times in Marvel issues through the years. Number 179, so that's near the end. It's 180 base pack. Techno. Not too bad. It's nice on the white card. That's all I can say about that one. 118. So we got through that one. Moving on. Tell you what, holding them up to the camera makes your arm ache. Still, think of them muscles. I'm giving an exercise too. Now, we'll recognise these. Foggy Nelson from Daredevil. Number 25. Definitely recognise that one. Toad. Definitely recognise that one as well. That's a well-established one. That's from the X-Men. Oh, now. I've got 6 cards in here, so I've got a special. This looks like 2 specials that I've got in here. Look, I've got a signature. It's from a cover. Avengers. Too Many Avengers. Upper Deck Company, Marvel Beginnings. Congratulations. You have received a trading card autographed by Kurt Busiek, that's the artist, in the presence of a representative of the Upper Deck Company, or provided and certified as to its authenticity. Enjoy your autographed card. Nice. Must be worth something, that one, I would have thought. Definitely an issue of Avengers. Recognise the cover. We've got another autograph. Kitty Pryde, Agent of Steel. Got 2 in the same pack. That makes me very happy. Congratulations, you have received another trading card from Larry Hama. Yes, recognise that artist's work. More modern, you can tell by the corner box. We have got a standard card. Awesome Android. That's actually not too bad, that one. I like it. And I'll just show you this one. Night Fresher. Number 99. And I'll just be back in a moment when I check on my mother. Sorry about this. Panic over. Just my mother needed me for a second. Asked me a question. So we'll carry on with opening these packets. And we've got, these are duplicates. Vengeance, that was in the first box. Number 62. Misty Knight, that was another one that was in the box as well. So that's a duplicate. But we have got a new one. Ghost Rider in a supernova. And that's a lovely card. It's the dynamic yellows and everything that make on that one. Slapstick, brand new one. We haven't had that one. Number 146. And Zero G. Very boring pose, that one, I'm afraid. 153. Moving on. So a bit disappointed there. We got two duplicates from the first box. And we have got Zorn. Haven't had that one before. Nice pose. 73. Quite nice. Lady Sif. That's from 4 in the Marvel comic universe. Number 22. We got another heavyweights. Another 4 image. Slightly different version of 4. More modern. See there, it's number 2. So we've got number 1 and number 2 of 4. Jimmy Woo. Never heard of him. It's probably a detective. From S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, so it's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. There we go. That's why I don't recognise it. And Wolfsbane. That's a nice looking one. Goes well with the white. Number 180. 180. So we've got the end card of the set. Don't know what number 1 is. Open another pack. What have we got here? Aries, we've had this one before. Number 85. Alpha, we've had that one. I always thought that one didn't look particularly great, if I remember rightly. Number 79. Our special is Colleen Wing. Swordsman. So it's a special set called Swordsman. We haven't had one of those before, so we've got one from quite a few sets now. Leapfrog. Seen Leapfrog in Spider-Man. Jokey character. B-list. Also seen in Daredevil. 172. Elsa Bloodstone. That's quite a nice looking card with the white. Number 136. Down to 2 packs. And then we'll be on to our last third box. And what have we got here? We've got Boomerang, which we've seen before. Duplicate, number 31. Got Dagger, which is from Cloak and Dagger. Would have been nice to have had Cloak. Number 44. Sabia. We've had that one, but only as a standard. So this one's the red supernova type effect. Looks quite nice with the sort of like a blandish foreground. Lightspeed. Now I can imagine that one looking good with holofoil background. Other than that, average sort of looking card. And oh my god, now this is definitely oldish Marvel. You can tell by the image, and it's from a comic panel. Century. Notice the bubble writing, but you can see that it's part of a comic, but the artwork is definitely 80s. Standard looking card. That one is number 105. Moving forward. Last one of the pack. Of the box, should I say. But we got 2 special cards out of this box. We got Alex Wilder, which I wasn't enamored with the first time I saw it, and I definitely am not now. Reptile. Again, seen that before. So we're getting duplicates now. They will become more common. We got heavyweights. Remember, we've had 4 so far of the... Well, no, Colossus last time. This one is Null, or Knull, Null. Heavyweight number 7. Angel, as in Archangel. So you can see what the angel looked like before it turned into Archangel. Early X-Men, issue number 1, 1963. And Magus. That's a nice looking card. I like that. 1975 from Adam Warlock, A Cosmic Story. And there we are. We've just finished our second box. And good and bad in that, can't we can say, can't we? Because we got those very 2 special cards. You can tell they're so special so that when I go back to them, they're in their own cellophane. They actually come in their own cellophane. That's how special they are. And there's 2 of those. And we got those in the same pack. We had 6 cards in that pack. So that's very nice. So I'm going to just make sure that everything's okay, because we were disturbed in the middle of that box. Just make sure we don't get disturbed in the next one. So I'm just going to pause, check everything's over, and then we will be on to the third and final box. And we get to the third and final box. And I've mentioned before, these are very cheap set. But we must remember that they weren't cheap when they first came out. And this is where I'm saying about the rewards is just not beneficial. And I can imagine that many people bought these because they bought the first set. And then they needed the second set to complete it. But there we go. That's just speculation. But here we go with the counting. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs again. Tap them down. And we'll open them up. And like I say, I'm expecting duplicates. Not too many surprises. Because I never seem to get too much. And here we go. So as always, we get a base card. It's Soren. Soren is X-Men, a dinosaur creature. Base card number 63. Quite a nice one, that one. Grim Reaper from, I think, the Avengers and Daredevil. Number 33. Well-known established character. Quite a nice dynamic pose on that one. We've got another one of these supernova, red supernovas. This one is Night Thrasher. Heard of the character. 1990, yeah. So sort of when I sort of came back into comics after being away for 5 or 6 years, because it was my second tenure of buying comics. I had to go all the way and get the early editions again that I'd missed. We got Dark Hawk. Quite a nice one. You can imagine what that one would be like with a red prism codes. That's 148. And we got Charlie 27. I think they were running out of names, weren't they, on this one? Looks like it's straight out of a panel, hence the bubble writing. 102 came out in 1969, yeah. Joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy, believe it or not, does go back quite far. And is not a new thing, but it was not a hit until the late 70s, really. Dan Abnett wrote it when I was reading the comics of those. You got Happy Hogan. We know Happy Hogan. Daredevil. And there we are. It's number 29. Just a normal pose. Void. That's a nice looking card. You can imagine that red being a holographic type thing. Base card number 82, shown in the year 2000, so rather a modern character. I say that's 25 years old. You got Yelena Belova. Notice it's that silver foil one again. We had that in the first packet of the last one. Rainbow. So it's a rainbow set, this one. Don't know why they call it. Ah, yeah, you can see the rainbow effect. Yes. Yeah, that's quite nice. Airwalker base card. That's Herald of Galactus, like we had with Firelord. Fantastic Four, early 100 teens on that one, I'm pretty sure. Number 116 as a card. And we've got Mojo from the X-Men. Oh, weird looking character, that one. Never really understood that one. 1985, so mid-80s. Experimental, really. And we move on to the next pack. Cut the tops off. And we look at this one, and we've got Trick Shot. Some looks a bit like Hawkeye, really. Number 78, The Avengers. So definitely a character from like Hawkeye. Brood, weird looking sort of like alien ant or spider type creature. X-Men again, number 16. Quite a nice looking card. Cosmic Annihilation. We've had a couple of those. We've got Silver Surfer, probably the most original cosmic character. And, well, the most known, I would have thought. Number 5 in that set. Quite a nice card. Dr. Voodoo, which we've had before, but we had it with a red effect background, didn't we? That's a base card, number 162. And we've had Triathlon before. He looks actually like a character called 3D Man that was in the Hulk, believe it or not. Issue 100, base card number 152. Moving on. Take these out. And what have we got first? We got Typhoid Mary, who I saw as a Daredevil character back in the day. Yeah, there we are, 1988. Thought I remembered that. During John Romita's Junior's run. Magma. Nice. See, the white actually fetches that one quite out, I think. Number 60. New Mutants, so that's X-Men. And we've got one of those motion cards. So this is one of those micro motions. This one is Supreme Intelligence. We've seen that in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think. Along with Ego the Planet and a few other things. But apparently it moves. It's got a foil effecty movie type thing. Goes into the special parts. Corsair, I think we've had that one. For definite. Number 108. And we've had this one, Firelord. We've just been speaking about Firelord, Herald of Galactus. And that's number 161. Standard card. Moving into the middle of these now. And we've got rather nice looking card, Trish Tilby. Nice colours on that one. It's where the white comes out. 21. X Factor, so it's an X-Men character. Maggot. Definitely, I think, X-Men on that one, isn't it? Yeah, Magneto. So, Maggot. Brotherhood of Evil. We got Bengal in that red prism effect. Looking very nice. Those red sparkle effects that you get with that. Very nice. Number 10 of that. Nightmare, which we've had. Talked about that. And Richter, which we've had now several times. I think that's the third time I've seen Richter. Possibly 4. But not so many duplicates as I thought I was going to get. What we got this time? Oh, we got a Spider-Man character, so I'm very happy about that. We got Toxin. tell it's a Spider-Man character. It just looks like Carnage. Spider sort of like costume sort of on that. Number 32. Ogun. Never heard of that. Big swords. Got a sort of devil thing there. Number 20. Kitty Pryde. So that's X-Men. Trevor Fitzroy, a red border. We've had one of these red border ones before. I wasn't very impressed with them. It's just a duplicate set, so it's a red base. So you'd have to have, I've got 2 of those. I'd have to need 178 more of them to get the next set. I mean, I find that absolutely ridiculous. Might be a throwaway card as far as I'm concerned. Siren. Looks like a panel out of the comic, I have to say, on that one. Number 167. And Gilgamesh, which I recognise as a duplicate because I had trouble pronouncing that last time. There we go. Not many to go now. Down to about the last 15 cards, I think, that we're going to see. Put the pack away. Oh, we've got a character that I used to love in the comics, Deathlock. Deathlock was that cybernetic character, the one where he was half cyborg, so his brain is human, but his other half of his brain is mechanical. They talk to each other, totally conflict with each other. A Punisher-type character, but as a cyborg. Came out, I saw Deathlock in the 70s. This is the 90s rendition. Around about the same time as the $6 Million Man, really. Another Spider-Man villain. This time it's Hammerhead. Not really the flat dome that you get in the comic. You can see the bottom left-hand corner is how his head should be. It's more rounded there. Adamantium skull. Gangster. Very early teens of Spider-Man in Gang War. Around about issue 108 to 111, somewhere around there, maybe a bit earlier. We've got Beginnings, Heavyweights. That looks like Adam Warlock. And it is. I was right. Didn't even have to look at the back to know what that one was. Goes in the specials. We've had this one, Janice Val. That's that cosmic character, like Nova Corps type thing, Captain Marvel type stuff. And the Dr. Druid card that I said was I quite liked. Now I've got it again. So I've got that twice. Last 2 packets. Let's hope for something really special. I don't think we're going to get it. We've got someone called Metal. Looks like a zombie. I wouldn't want that in a dark alley. Number 28. Quite nice. We got Shaper of Worlds. Cosmic character, Silver Surfer. Definitely remember Shaper of Worlds. 1972. Yes, so quite far back. Number 61. Another one of the Red Prism cards. Slapstick, which I think we've got as a base card. Don't think we've got it as a Prism card. Number 146. Viv Vision. Again, we've had that one, I'm pretty sure. It's a pretty boring looking card. And Hawkeye, which is a well-established Avenger character. 104 in the cinematic universe and in the Disney series. Last packet. Come on, let's have something good, shall we? No, nothing good, I don't think. Despair. Is that how you say it? D-S-P-A-Y-R-E, spare. Quite a nice looking pose. Number 66. Can imagine that looking much better with the a foil background. We've got another Marvel villain. This one from a very controversial story. Morlin. Morlin, you can see the web background there. Goes around eating spiders from all of the multiverse. So all the Peter Parkers and Spider-Mans and Spider-Womans, all of that are target for Morlin. steals their life energy like a vampire. Nice looking card. We got another swordsman card, a beginning swordsman card. Quite nice looking cards, but nothing special to them. It is a special though, so it's number 9 in that range. That one's Valkyrie from 4. Then you got Sasquatch, which I remember I told you I know more from the beastie creature that Sasquatch is. First saw Sasquatch in Hulk, looking out for Bruce Banner to turn him into the Hulk so he could battle him and find out who was the stronger. And then last card is Beak. Very lackluster card. And that concludes the whole 3 boxes. So just going to go back to the camera view. So those were a very cheap set. 11 to 12 pounds a box. I bought 3 boxes. Nowhere near a set. I think you get what you pay for. The best thing to do when you're looking at something like this is to think to yourself, would it be better to buy the base card from somebody who's bought lots and lots of boxes, or whether to open it? I definitely bought those just to open up on a YouTube video for you guys. I'm surprised by some of the cards. I'm very happy with a couple of the specials, but the set does not excite me one bit. You would definitely have to buy quite a few boxes to get even close to a base set. The chase card's well over the top. And to be quite honest, I'm not surprised it's near the last set from Upper Deck before their license ran out. There's the media thing here. Look, you got Breakthrough issue signatures, which you know we've got a couple of. Cosmic Annihilation, first appearance variants. Flipped FX black, blue, gold, orange, purple, red, glitz and glam, Gods of Marvel. Got a few of those. I'm supposed to get one every 15 packs. I got 3 or 4 of those. So I did well on that. Heavyweights, I got some of those, didn't I? One every 7.5 packs. Heavyweights, black, cyan, magenta and yellow. Holograms, didn't get one of them. No illustration boards. No mega splash jumbo clip-ins. Got a few micro motions. Got 3 or 4 of those. One every 15 packs. Swordsman, got those. Doesn't tell you quite how many there are in that. And then there are parallel sets. And as you know, we've got the red borders. So they mentioned the black and blue border. Blue Cosmic Cube. My God, there's a few. There's red border. One every 12 packs, apparently. Or in the red, if you bought the hobby box, it was one every pack. God, I can imagine that how pissed off I'd be with that, being as you wouldn't get a base set because it'd be taking up one of the 5 cards. So there's the checklist, and as you know, there was Scourge. Yeah, we saw Modam. Dark Star, Misty Knight, we saw those. Didn't see a Mole Man, saw Reptile. Foggy Nelson, saw those. Didn't get a Stegron. So I know there's a lot that I didn't get. And that concludes it. Always remember that trading cards are just supposed to be a bit of fun. The excitement is opening the packet and seeing what you get. And chase cards are the things that people sort of gush over. And in this particular instance, it was just nice to open them up and get, see if I could get the excitement. But it's a set that I think doesn't stand the test of time. It's fodder in the world of trading cards. But I think if anybody is collecting them, I think they'll get some enjoyment out of them. They're the white, stunning sort of like bright backgrounds indicate sort of like how the characters artwork stands out. But for me, the best thing about it was the red cards, the red foil type effect cards, and the signatures. Those were the standouts for me. And with that, I'm going to say salute. Hope you enjoyed this. It was a bit of fun. Hope you followed along. Hope you got quite intrigued on what the next card might be. And there's one more free box set that I've bought that I'll be doing. And then that'll be the end of my trading card kick. I don't think I'll be buying any more. And so thank you very much for watching. I hope you like. And see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.